Today, let's talk about the lotus seeds, both dried and fresh, or lian in Cantonese and lian in Mandarin. If you've ever had Chinese dessert soups, herbal soups, or postpartum soups, you've probably eaten lotus seeds without realizing it. They are the small, round, ivory-colored seeds, sometimes brown if they have that outer shell, that come from the lotus flower. And if you've ever seen a lotus pond, the seed pod actually looks like a shower head with each hole containing one seed. These seeds come from inside that pod. And in traditional Chinese medicine and Chinese cooking, lotus seeds are considered both food and medicine. They're very gentle, very nourishing, and highly versatile. From a TCM perspective, lotus seeds are considered neutral in nature and sweet in flavor. And they enter the heart, spleen, and kidney meridians. So what does that mean practically? It means lotus seeds are really good for helping the body when it's feeling tired, depleted, or a little out of balance. One of the main things about lotus seeds is that they really support the spleen system. So the spleen is responsible for transforming and transporting food, turning it into energy. So for example, if I'm experiencing something like loose stools, weak digestion, bloating, especially after eating, or fatigue after meals, lotus seeds can help gently strengthen my digestive system. They're not harsh, they're not stimulating, they're just quietly supporting the digestive system over time. Another really amazing quality about lotus seeds is that they really help nourish the heart and calm the spirit, or what we call Shen in TCM. They're often used when someone is experiencing things like stress, overthinking, restless sleep, or extreme dreaming. This is why you'll often see lotus seeds paired with red dates and longans, especially for those evening teas to help calm the mind, settle the heart or the Shen, and prepare for sleep. What makes lotus seeds also unique is something called an astringent quality. So the brown ones are more astringent just because of that outer brown skin versus the white ones. In TCM, that means they help the body hold on to what the body needs to hold on to. So they're traditionally used when the body's losing fluids or energy too quickly. For example, if you've got really loose stools or diarrhea, or you have to pee a lot, or weakness after an illness, and used in postpartum recovery. This is why lotus seeds show up in a lot of postpartum soups. They really help rebuild the body while it's also stabilizing it. You can find both fresh and dried lotus seeds in Asian supermarkets, though the dried version is definitely more common. I've tried to look for the fresh ones here in Canada, not that readily available versus Hong Kong. These ones though are the most common ones used in Chinese cuisine and herbal soups. And the dried ones come in both white and brown. So the brown ones have their skin on it still. Before cooking them, you usually soak them in warm water for about 30 minutes to an hour, just to allow it to soften a little bit before adding to your soup or congee. However, sometimes I'm feeling lazy and I'll just drop them in. They have a really mild, slightly nutty taste and a soft, creamy texture when cooked. Inside each lotus seed, there's something interesting, a tiny green sprout in the center. That sprout is called the Shen, or the heart of the lotus seed. This center is often removed for cooking in soups because this part is very, very bitter. It's actually very similar to ginkgo, where it has that middle seed or sprout. But in Chinese medicine, that bitter core actually has its own function, which is helping to clear heart heat and address insomnia, irritability, and calm the mind. So you will find this in teas sometimes. Very often, the products that you find at the supermarket or herbal shops will already have that inner sprout removed. See, like this. You can see that there's a hole right through the middle and it's empty. One of the things that I love about lotus seeds is how adaptable they are. You'll find them in soups, congees, teas, dessert soups, and even in foods. I love how starchy they are, and they remind me of softened nuts. When boiled for a longer time, they become super soft and are very yummy to eat. For example, a really classic Chinese dessert soup includes the lotus seeds with dried longans, snow fungus, and rock sugar. And you could add a few goji berries to it. This becomes a beautiful, nourishing dessert that's meant to support the body while also tasting super comforting. In savory soups, lotus seeds pair really nicely with chicken broth, pork bones, Chinese yam, red dates, goji berries. These combinations help strengthen digestion, support energy, and calm the mind. So in traditional recipes, this is really great for people feeling mentally tired, run down from stress, digestively weak in postpartum, or just need something a little more gentle and nourishing. Because they're neutral, they can be paired with both cooling and warming teas and soups. And that's perfect because it can blend so nicely with so many recipes. That being said, because lotus seeds are slightly astringent, it may not be ideal for people who are experiencing like severe constipation or have a very dry digestion. In those cases, you want to pair it with something more moistening, like things that are sweet and can generate a little bit more fluids. But overall, lotus seeds are actually considered pretty safe and a very gentle ingredient. When you're buying dried lotus seeds or even fresh ones, here's what you want to be looking for. That they're pretty large, ivory colored or brown colored if you like the ones with the brown skin. They're firm, actually very hard, and not too wrinkled. Typically at the supermarket, most of the generic lotus seeds that you'll find are good enough. And I will typically buy the ones that have been pre-seeded, so they don't have that root in the middle. This is just easier for me to use. Lotus seeds store really well and for a really long time. So in Canada where it's dry, I'll keep them in a container or in a bag like this and use when I need it. So just keep them in a dry, dark place like in my pantry. One thing that I find beautiful about lotus seeds is the symbolism behind them. The lotus flower grows from muddy water, but rises above it and blooms beautifully. And in many ways, lotus seeds reflect the same idea in Chinese medicine, helping the body stay calm and stable even when life gets stressful or overwhelming. So if you're building your Chinese soup pantry, lotus seeds are definitely one of the ingredients I would recommend stocking. They're gentle, nourishing, and incredibly versatile. Happy soup and tea making with lotus seeds, and I'll see you next time.